follow me if you want.
sure.
That's
Yeah,
part of
I'll come along.
I'm gonna see if the other door's open. If not, I gotta go get keys. So we're gonna go, if this is open, we're gonna go into the barrel room and then go into the donut kitchen. So this is the back area, but one thing unique is this used to be the woodshed and it's now our cooler.
Oh my God.
So this was literally a woodshed.
Good. And you remember this as a
Oh yes,
I mean,
yes.
When you think about like stuff like this is amazing and super rare. Like, where do you see this? You guys have taken, really,
Yeah,
it was your
we just-
grandparents' home, your great-grandparents' home.
So this we call the cookie room. So we have ovens and we make our pies and cookies
You know, it smells like it.
in here.
too, actually.
Monday they're resting today because they had a busy weekend.
I'm sure.
That's my grandmother's kitchen. So we started making the pies in here. And we still do.
Oh my gosh. And because my grandparents had a house like this. That was the original overhang.
Yeah. Those cupboards are the
Yeah.
original cupboards up on top.
Oh,
And that's how it
This
goes.
is-
See, that was the woodshed that came into the kitchen. That's now the cooler.
but you remember being in here when you were a kid and it was a kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, when you really think about what you've been doing here.
Yep.
And
Nope.
what a tribute to them, you know?
Yeah, the good goes. We figure they're pretty happy.
Yeah. I would say so.
So
this is-
here's our pies and cookies.
This is awesome in here. Everything in your life started here.
Right. Yep.
So, real quick for us, what was this, a living room?
No, this was the bedroom. This is the front door that Oscar busted in. Right here. This is the original. Yep.
You know, if you made a movie of your life, that's the moment, right?
Yeah.
Because he's like, it was that like kick through the wall.
Yep,
He's like,
yep.
we're
He's
here,
like,
right?
oh
We
my
arrived.
God.
So which door was it?
Well, both of them. Well, because it used to be all big. It used to be like a barn door, like a sliding door. And then over the years we're like, well, we don't need that, so we just have two doors.
You gotta love that about him.
The what?
You gotta love that about Oscar, that he did that.
Oh,
That
yeah.
he was just like, we're doing it, boom.
Yeah,
It's
I
done.
remember very vividly because, like I said, my mother's dresser was right. My grandmother's dresser was right there.
Everything was still here.
Everything was still here, and and it was early spring. It was like March, and he was just like, "No, we're gonna do this, and we gotta have it done by strawberry season." So we're gonna do this, and we just opened this one room first. We built that
this
porch.
was it?
And this was the first room.
So you
the
had, like, a
first
little
year.
counter?
We just had we were very excited when we got a cash register. It was like huge. Because it used to be a cash box.
I was just gonna say, you're working on a little metal box.
Yeah,
Right.
yes.
Then you get your cash register, you're like, we're on our way.
Yeah, we're like,
Right.
wow, we got a business.
This is a 15 by 10 room probably, right?
Right.
So,
right.
and you guys built your whole business from this spot.
Right, and then of course, we need more. So then that was another bedroom. This was the living room. Over here was the living room, and then the kitchen over there. And then we enclosed the porch, and we added those decks over there, so that we kind of expanded as much as we really could.
Right.
And then we went to different buildings. Yep.
What were you carrying at the time? This was fruits from the farm?
Yes, we planted our apples, so we had apples, and we had the you-pick strawberries, raspberries, blueberries. We had summer crops. When we first started, we did you-pick vegetables as well.
So here to there, and now the ideas start popping.
Right. Then
And that's
we started
what we talked about, right? But I mean, this is really special. I mean, this is where it started. I mean, the house was still a house.
The house was still a house. Yep.
And it was just a front room. So your sign, was it the one that I'd seen with
that was
Oscar's
one of
family?
yes,
Like,
when
was
he was
that original?
Yep, that's the original sign. We put that in, I think in 80 or 81, right as we first started. That was the first thing we put in, and we call it Becker Farms because that was my grandparents' name, and nobody's named Becker anymore because it went to my mother. So my grandfather had no sons, so it went to my mother. Her name changed, of course, and then to me, and my name changed again. So we knew my grandparents were still alive, and Oscar was generous enough, I guess. He said, nobody's going to come to Vizcara Farm. They never heard of, there's nobody around here from Peru, they're not, but Becker sounds like a farm.
You know,
And everybody kind of knew the Becker brothers. So we said, well, and we had called it Becker Farms. So he says, yeah, it's
Right.
Becker Farms. So we're going to put the sign. And then when we opened the vineyard, when we opened the winery, we asked people, well, what do we call it? Because we wanted to have it be something new, like not just same. We wanted it to be an extension. So our friend said, well, it's got to be Viscara Vineyards. It just rolls off your tongue.
Sure, the alliteration is perfect.
So
it is. Well,
we're
there's
like,
a tribute to Oscar.
Yeah, so then that's
right?
okay. That's the next generation, So it's Viscara Vineyards at Becker Farms.
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like wine.
Yeah.
And then when we did the beer, well, that has to be Becker Brewing Company because you can't, beer is Becker,
But this is, so we have jams, we've got pies. The counters in here are awesome. The woodwork is awesome. Is any of this original? The knotty pine, or have you seen over there?
Well, some of these big beams Oscar put in so the house wouldn't fall down.
Yeah.
There were walls here, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was like
supportive,
walls.
Yeah.
So,
Without support, it's all coming down.
without support, it's all coming down. But everything else is, is pretty much the same. The floors are all original. Then this we added. This is just a deck. At one time, it was like a little greenhouse. We didn't even have a roof on it. We did plants. So that kind of evolved, and now it's
So
our
how
little
long did
ice
you
cream
do that
shop.
for?
Oh, I don't know. The
Again-
first 10 years, but then we didn't make any money on plants.
Right.
So we tried to, we added and subtracted things and tried to keep with things that people
Sure.
wanted and what we could make money on.
Again, this goes right in line with everybody else. You have to try and see what
Yeah,
the public.
yeah.
The best laid plans, right?
Right,
Doesn't
right.
matter.
And we were trained to grow things.
Right.
So like we're in the beginning, the first 10, 15 years, we were like, well, we got to grow this, we got to grow that, we
Well,
got to
that
grow
is
this.
you. That's you. That's your heart.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what you love to do, and that's what Oscar loves.
But then we had to okay, but that's a lot of work and we're not making any money. So we got to not do that anymore.
Right.
Let's do this. Kids wanted, they want to have fun. So
Yes, exactly. And you have 4 too, so it's not like it was
Yeah.
a tiny little family. So we have the shop.
Yep.
We're doing this for a few years, and the next building.
the next building is actually, it's now our tasting room.
Okay.
But it started out as our cider press. Things never seem to stay the same. We're always like changing it up to what we need.
But don't you think that's great for you too?
Well, it's good in that we, like some business you see like they put, they invest like $2 million.
Right.
We're like, oh my God, how can they ever pay that back?
Right.
But we do it little
Yes.
bit
Yep,
by little
baby
bit,
steps.
and we still have a huge debt, but at least we're doing a step at a time
you
and
can
we're figuring
acclimate,
out if
right.
it's working. And so this building we actually moved from across the road.
Okay.
This half right here is the original barn, and it used to sit across the road. And after we moved that big barn that we're going to see, we saw how the guy did it.
Right.
We said, oh, we can do that with this little barn. So we moved this one ourselves.
No way.
Yeah, Oscar
What?
moved it. Yep, he moved it himself. We had a friend that had a semi, so we just backed the semi in, the truck, flatbed,
Right.
and then they cut around the bottom and
Lifted it off the foundation, right?
off the foundation, and then put beams across it so it would stay there. And then we had a foundation here, and then we just drove it from across the road and parked it here.
That's Oscar too? Like
Yeah,
that's
he
just
does
like,
everything
we're
himself.
Just gonna do it.
Yeah, we're
Right.
just gonna do it.
And-
I can do that. We'll figure it out.
This is how
he
it
saw
goes.
somebody else do it, and then he figured it out. This was our original cider barn, actually. So this in here, which is now our lab for the winery back here, that used to be our donut kitchen, and that part of it wasn't open. People would just come in here. We made donuts in here.
This is the donut room.
This used to be. This is the old donut room. Now it's the wine laboratory, wine lab.
Oh. It's got to be fun
Yeah.
to play in there.
So then we used to just make the donuts here, and then back here, and back there is where we actually had our cider press.
So everything was in here.
Everything was in this little building.
Wow. I mean, this
When
is.
we started, and then
Yeah.
we're like, oh no, then another year, well, we need more space, so we added on there, and then we added on there, and we just kept adding
Right.
on and adding on.
And, but this room was here. This was part. I mean, obviously, this was the original building that
This-
you're standing in.
yeah,
right now.
this was the original.
The A frame.
The
right
A
here.
frame.
And then that was an annex.
That was an add-on,
Right.
and that was an
And that
add-on.
was an add-on.
And then the front was an add-on.
And then, because at one point, now you're like, oh, need another building.
Yeah.
Right?
We got to make it bigger. It's not big enough. We got to make it bigger.
So at that point, so this was your tasting room.
This was not even. This is our third tasting room.
Wow.
We got to go over there. I'll show you the first and second.
Oh, but it's a beautiful building. Really.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
and Oscar appreciates all the old things. So you see a lot of antiques.
yeah.
All these antique stuff.
Yeah, what's up there? What's on that?
That's a dog. That's a walker. See the picture? The idea is that the sheep or dog or whoever's on it will, go on the treadmill, and which would turn the wheel, and then the wheel you could churn butter or make ice cream or whatever you needed a wheel to turn for. And you'd make the animals walk on it.
Oh, that's hilarious. Where did you guys find this?
Some guy just came and said, I got this really cool thing, and I think you should have it.
That's super
Buy
cool.
it from me.
It's crazy. It's almost like a Dr. Seuss. The animals are making the.
Yeah.
Wow. And you managed to find the ad, which is
Yeah, we found
spectacular.
what it was, because it's like,
What is this, right?
Yeah. So Andres does all the labels. That's him. That's my son, Andres.
Oh my gosh.
He's
Is that a wine that
babysitting
he
today.
he sanctioned?
Yeah.
His wine. He's got his face on it. Is that the back of the bottle? Oh, that's
the
front
side.
of the bottle.
Yeah,
That's
it's the side.
that's
Yeah, it's
awesome. Now, so this is still in use, yes? I mean, this tasting room's still open?
Yeah, this is a tasting room that we use. On a Monday we don't, but on
Yeah,
the weekends.
but on the weekend
Yeah,
you
on
will.
the weekends we have to have more space again. Because during the week we can do wine, beer, and cider over there, but then that's too busy on the weekend. So then we have to have the wine over here.
Now, every year, do you introduce maybe another type of wine?
Well,
or-
that's the problem. We've been doing that for a while, so now we have over 20. so
That's a lot,
I know,
actually.
so we have to
Yeah.
kind of
curtail it.
curtail it a little bit.
Figure out what works and what doesn't.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so here's our raspberry. That's one of our big sellers.
And so this is right from Becker Farms, right?
Yeah, that's our raspberries.
So that's a
So
big
we pick
deal.
them and then we freeze them
Right.
until we have enough to make a batch.
And they'll hold, right? I mean,
Yeah, and once they're in the freezer, it's up to us. We can make it any time then.
So, and that's the big difference too with you guys versus somebody like Woodbury, where he has to buy them. I mean, you're making
Right,
them,
yeah.
and people love that when you think about.
No, they can come and pick raspberries and then drink the wine
Yeah.
at
How
the same
cool
time.
is that? When you guys first started this, you're hand to mouth in it for years, right?
We did everything. I mean, Oscar put the tile in all these buildings. He laid the tile down in the winter.
But did he know? Is this like it's like my dad and my grandpa? I do the same thing.
Did
too.
he
I'll
know?
just be like,
He
I'll
just-
do it. I'll just get it
Yeah,
done. Like you said.
he read books. Now he's realizing he can look it up on Google, but
You're gonna have to get him
because
like a
he's
big
got
monitor.
he's got these kids. Now he's got these high school kids working, and he says, "Well, we're gonna do this, and they're like, okay," and then they get their phone out.
Yes.
And the how-to
YouTube it. Yeah,
and
how-to,
YouTube,
Google, yeah.
and he's like, "Wow, you should see what you can find on YouTube. I wish I had that before." And now he's doing that again. Like asking YouTube questions. Can I do this? Can I do that?
So real fast, because I said, what? This is a press, yes?
That's part of that's an antique press. It fell apart because it was old.
Yeah, but it's so cool
But that's
looking.
the press.
You guys make such a good team. Honestly, it's awesome.
This, like I said, this is our third tasting room because we moved. When we go over there, I'll show you where we started the
Okay.
winery and then what we're
Awesome.
now. This used to be the cider barn, and 3 years ago we
You have a
reorganized
this was
everything.
a secret door because I didn't know this.
Oh,
was
the
the
door,
right-
yeah.
Like, where are we gonna go?
So this is the barrel room.
So this
We
is
used
where
to
you used to
press
press.
the cider, but then it got too close. We needed more space and we needed more room for the wine. So we use it as a barrel room. We also use it as an event space. So for a small party, you can have it here.
Oh,
in
this
the
would be
barrel room.
perfect. I love the barrels. These are active use right now, right?
Yep. There's wine in them.
Wow, you
There
got
we
a
go.
lot of tanks in here. You guys go through. Is this a year's worth? Are we looking at about
Well, they're-
harvest worth of?
Yeah, they're picking grapes right now. Maybe they're in this vineyard. We can see them pick grapes. So some of these are full and fermenting. Some are empty, ready to get filled.
Wow, that's a lot. What's the, do you know what the totality of all these is? I mean, it's a
I don't know,
heavy
maybe
duty.
like 6,000 or 7,000 gallons.
Yeah, it's a lot.
There's some things fermenting here. They're picking grapes now, so they're going to be like you're on a Monday, so and everybody's tired.
Sure.
We had a crazy weekend,
Yeah,
so. Oh yeah, it's open. So then this.
Wait, where did we go?
We just went into the beer room.
Oh, I was like, wait, we just been in it. But we didn't, actually. Now, your son, you were, the story was you were considering brewing beer, and he was out in Colorado. Craft beer was exploding. And that was the inception of this, or the beer was already on deck?
Well, remember us, we wanted to do it, and we partnered with Flying Bison.
That's what it was, right.
Yeah,
and then he said he'll do the, right.
Yep, so then we did that. We just started making our own beer in 17.
You did.
Yeah.
And
So with 16, we did this, the addition where we moved a whole bunch of stuff and got a little bit more organized. And then we started making beer in the fall. Like it's only been a year and a half, 2 years. So we're actually making our own. So then this was the other thing. Oscar, we built this first. This beer garden wasn't in the plan, but he said, we gotta have more places for people to sit.
You know what you guys should do? You should have a shirt that wasn't in the plan. This
Oh, it wasn't in the plan, yeah.
Because that's your life, right? 'Cause
Right.
you don't even, you're just like, oh, sure.
We just plan it one at a time,
Yeah.
you know?
This is an awesome beer garden, though.
So,
It's beautiful. What a cool roof, too. The seating, too. This is really great. I've never seen something like that in a beer garden situation.
Yeah,
You know?
that was my daughter's idea. She said, no, we got to make this
A
relaxed.
communal.
We got to make
yeah.
this fun. We got to make it relaxed, you know?
Well, it gives it its
stuff.
character,
Yeah,
right? It's those
he
little
does the
touches.
character. So this is the back door of the brewery,
Okay.
though.
I smell food.
So this is kind of a cool
This is
room.
awesome.
And it used to be, see the big beam that is the bar?
Yeah.
Our neighbors were gonna, they tore their barn down. And Oscar saw it, it was like a big pile of wood. And of course, he's coming over,
What else
said,
does he need?
What are you gonna do with that?
Right.
He says, well, we're gonna have a weenie roast. You wanna come over? We're just gonna burn it up. And he
like,
said,
"No."
can I have those? He said, yeah, come and get whatever you want. This is like in the early 90s. We didn't even know we were gonna have a winery. We didn't know
He just
any of
wanted
that.
the wood.
He just wanted the wood. He didn't want that to be
It's
burned up.
beautiful, sure. It's hundreds of years old.
He
Probably,
just,
right?
yeah, so he just went down and he pulled all these logs out, and we just kept them around. Like that's my grandfather's picking bag.
Oh my gosh,
that was
really?
in the barn, and he just finds these things and hangs them up.
Yeah, but when
Most
you
people
just
would
gave
throw
me
that away.
chills.
So this is Andres' art.
Whoa,
He did all
great.
that.
Are you kidding me?
This is we have a Concord Stomp every year, and he does a
He did
T-shirt,
that?
and that was this year's Concord Stomp T-shirt.
I'm an artist myself, but I'm not this good. Wow, he's an awesome illustrator. He's got a good style too with the color and the technique. That's a total like mid-century type of.
Yeah, yep. You kind of research.
And there's the labels for the bottles.
Yep, that's the labels.
Oh, this is great to have on the wall. This is fantastic.
Yeah, that's cool. I think that was
Yeah.
last year's.
That's
Last
really
year or
cool.
the year before. Oh, 16 he did it. So.
Wow. So. Oh, that's awesome. And I love how you put the label right underneath it to see.
That's the family crest.
It is.
He researched that, so he put that on the ciders, the hard cider. Do you want to see the donut kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
We turned and went into the fermentation room instead of the donut kitchen.
So how many employees do you have? 3, 4 dozen?
Oh, we have over 100. I mean, they're seasonal, part-time, that type of thing, but with everybody.
You've got a lot.
I think that door's locked, so we
Okay.
can sneak through here. So here's the donut kitchen, which
It
is
smells awesome.
crazy on the weekend.
I could imagine. Well, oh wow.
So this is where they come in.
This is a whole nother facility. This is
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. You guys are amazing. And you seem very calm. So, you really do. You don't seem like, because I would be like, each one of these components is almost its own business. And there are
Yeah.
certain aspects to this that are their own business.
Right.
Wow.
So you got to come here when it's busy. So cider and donuts.
So for events, do you guys ever do concerts or anything here? Like
We
small
do,
concerts, not
we do
huge.
weddings, and we have music every weekend. You know, like on that little stage over there, that pergola. So this is the apple barn and the wedding venue. It's not as full as we usually have it because, like I said, we picked. But yeah, this is the barn that we moved.
How did you? Yeah, I mean, you dismantled it. Not in
No,
one piece.
no, it will. Yeah, it was moved in one piece. Yeah.
Wow.
So this was the next building that we did. We started with just this barn portion of it, and we put our apples in here for the apple barn.
Right.
And then when we started the weddings, people wanted to get married in the, they wanted to have a rustic experience. So then we put tile on the floor, we upgraded it.
And then all the bridals up here.
Yeah, those were actually there. We left them there. We moved it like
You
that.
moved it with the bridals on the beam.
Yeah, that's the harnesses
you're kidding.
from my great grandfather. They finished with the horses and they put it away. And
So at one point, was there another? Must have been another floor up there, right?
no.
You just let Oscar go wild, like decorating.
Yeah,
He does a really good job. Like he's got a good, but he should because of the landscape, and he's a builder. He's an engineer.
Yeah.
He's got that mindset. Like he can
Right.
see space, right? Spatial
Right,
relationships and. Oh wow!
So we added on here. This was our first tasting room.
It was. It's beautiful. Yeah.
So we started with just this little room.
Okay.
And it went back there and we did the production in just a little space. And
So this is building number 4, I think.
yeah, I think
And
so.
so the tasting room was inevitable, right?
Yep,
Because
we
we're
had to
doing
have
wine.
the tasting room, and then we had this patio, and then let me show you this is the second tasting room, that of course, this was too small right away,
Right.
so we had to do this tasting room. And we used these 2 tasting rooms and made the wine back there. But then when the wedding started, we had a conflict. This is where your growing pains come in. The weddings were here, and then all of a sudden we had to close the winery to have a wedding.
Oh, right.
And that wasn't good.
No, it's not good at all.
Because then we got Andres and Amanda, where am I going to sell my wines and where am I going to have my wedding?
Right. Yeah.
We can't just, close one for the other. So that's why we opened the other tasting room that we started, that we used to have the cider barn in,
So that
where
was
we started.
Almost, you would consider it an overflowish type of.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So then, okay, we got it. So we moved the tasting room over there so the wine and beer could be together and a wedding could still go on. So we could sell our wine and beer and still have a wedding. See the boots? Those are my grandfather's World War I
Are those the
boots.
boots you were
Yep.
telling me about?
And this is a press. This is a wine press or apple press. Those things go in there, but that's the antique
Yeah,
press.
but that's amazing. What's your capacity in this? This is like 200?
Yeah, we can get, 180 we can get in here for a wedding. But we do the chicken barbecue out of there.
You do?
He does the pit, he's got the pit over here, the barbecue pit. Like from here over, that's all pretty new. Like
Okay.
in 2016, 17, we built that. And before, this driveway was a U driveway.
It was.
And it went through there. And we just had dumpsters out here because it
Right.
was like the back.
Sure, the back of the property,
the
yeah,
area.
right.
But then when we built that, Oscar said, well, we got to have this garden here. But then he said, well, how are we going to, there's the driveway, tractors driving by. And he said, no. So he built that screen, that
Right.
little
It's beautiful. Yeah,
garden
with the vines
area
around
with the
them.
vine. Those are all hops.
They are hops.
Yep.
Are hops hard to grow here, or is that?
No, you can tell they grow very good.
Wow.
They're not hard to grow. We don't use them for the beer because you got to
It's a certain.
you have to process them
Right.
and dry them out, and you really only need a little bit. So we just buy them all ready to go.
If
This is the original, the first wine fermentation that we built, and now it's turned. There's storage in here. That's just wine storage. I'll see if this door's open.
Well, that's really good news, though. So as you guys scale this, you do have a storage
Right.
facility
So we
on
did.
site.
That's was the problem was we were building the wine in the same place we were storing it. So
wow.
see, this used to be our fermentation room, and then we needed places to store it. But then
Oh gosh.
we were like,
well, yeah, but you guys, I mean, as time progresses, you're totally fine on space here. I mean, you have
yeah,
a large...
now we can scale, you know, we can make more and sell more. That's like the production area.
Okay.
You close the door. This is our bride room, where the bride gets ready.
Oh, that's super. Well, let me get, because I've had people actually talk to me about stuff like this if you have them available.
Yep.
Some places don't have them.
Yeah, right.
And it's huge to have the party here, because I mean, they're all
They have
freaking out.
the wedding here, the party here.
You can just
and you
show up,
just show up and stay.
decompress.
Yep.
Right. And this is the backside.
Yeah, this is the back side of that first room. So the bride can get ready in there, and then she comes out to here, and then she goes down the aisle to get married in front of the vineyard.
Why didn't I see this? I didn't see it. Wow. So who saw this? Like in their head? Was it Oscar? again?
Oscar, of course.
But I mean, being a guy, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know, it all just, you know, okay, we said we're going to do the winery, so we added this, and he put all these bricks in. He laid all these bricks, and that was their tasting room. And then once the people started asking about weddings, well, where do we do the wedding? Well, they want to get married in front of the vineyard, so we built that little pergola, and then they're here.
Oh, this might work for me.
So we have like several different varieties. Of course, we have Concord, Niagara, Catawba, Diamond. Then we have Triminette.
What's a Triminette? I haven't heard of
Triminette is a hybrid.
Of a
New York
Concord or
hybrid.
something else? Or?
No, of Gewürztraminer.
Oh, is it? You know, that's
Yeah.
one of my favorite wines.
Oh, really? Oh, you'd probably like the Triminette then.
And of course, here in this magical place, you guys are handpicking.
Here, you could take some of these home.
Oh, thank you. I can't hold it, but it's okay.
I'll hold it
Thank
for
you.
you.
So what are we looking at now?
So this is the garden pavilion. So this is our second wedding venue.
Wow, so you have your choice.
Yes.
Capacities are a little different.
Capacity, this is a little bigger.
Yeah.
This is a little more modern.
Yes.
So the more modern brides choose this one. You know, if they don't want it quite so rustic. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is...
This is a little bigger. Yeah.
Wow, okay. It makes perfect sense. Beautiful, beautiful building again. So you guys are booked at least a year in advance, right? I mean, if you're that busy, you would say
Yes.
if somebody's interested in it.
I mean,
sure.
we always, if you're flexible with your date,
Okay.
then we can always try to fit you in because we do it Friday, Saturday, Sunday evenings, even and Thursday. Like
Oh,
a
you do?
Sunday and a Thursday
Okay.
is, you know, you can have a little bit of discount
Right.
with the
'Cause it's an off day, right.
day wedding. So nobody should ever be afraid of the cost because we can always work around your budget.
Right.
Because
So
we can
there's
do it
a
on an
lot of
off day.
options there,
There's a lot of options. Yep. So that's, see, a little bit more modern bar,
Yep.
more modern look.
Yeah, and it looks, yeah, exactly what it is.
Bride
One's more
room in
rustic.
here.
You have another bride room.
Yep.
Nice.
Bride room in here. We get so busy on the weekend that we don't have enough space, so we open this, we call it Becker Bazaar.
Okay.
And then we sell stuff out there as well as another temporary location.